Squad? It's your boy Jalen Legendary. You already know how we ranking. Alright, today's video, man, is a different, or not really different. All these have been different with my weird assassin specs, spell builds. If shamans could dual wield in vanilla, man, and dual wield paladins and whatnot. But in this video, man, we talk about the Protection Warrior. This is pre-TBC Protection Warrior, because as many of you know, LEGENDxCULT was created in TBC, not vanilla. So if his spec isn't the greatest, it's obvious why it's not the greatest. It's not the same. But I'm about to show y'all the stupendous damage I can do. He ain't no regular tank, you know what I'm saying? I got no extra taunt, no extra threat. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what he do. You know what I mean? Sunder armor, who cares about that? When I disarm you for a long time. Okay? This boy hit hard. He doing about as much damage as a dang undergeared warrior with his one hand. Okay? You know what I mean? So, boom. Right? Look. We're gonna be doing I'm gonna be doing a few videos today that's gonna be coming out over the few weeks, you know what I'm saying? We got Tourney coming. We're gonna do a video with Toonami and Raimundo, the difference between their specs. Because a lot of people don't understand why I have 2 arms warriors, just like a lot of people don't understand why I have multiple subtlety rogues. But we'll be getting to all this. I mean, a lot of people don't even understand why I have like 8 rogues. You know what I'm saying? We got Nolina, we got Ratoria, we got Freddy, we got Jadam, we got, how many other rogues I got, man? I can't even think of them off the top of my dome. We got Felwood, Garanus. I got a lot of rogues, and they're all very different. At least in vanilla they are. I still got them to this day just because I like the different looks and styles I can go with now. But you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't understand why I got so many warriors. Raimundo, Tourney, Toonami, what other warrior I got? Man, I got so many dang warriors. I can't even, Genghis right here. I got so many warriors I can't even say them all off the top of my head right now. Yeah, but in this video we're going with the Protection Warrior, you know what I'm saying, the Protection Man. Now I first created this character in TBC on a private server called okay, he didn't pull any weapon on a private server called Smolder Forge. Okay, a lot of these characters were created on Smolder Forge. Freddy was created on Smolder Forge. Okay, not a lot of the characters here. A lot of the characters here are just OG characters. But Freddy and Genghis were created on Smolder Forge a long time ago. Okay, and in this build, you know, same thing, except the only difference is there's not going to be any heavy plate, because normally Genghis is the heavy plate target. But let's be real here, with this build you're going to be out DPSing pretty much any tank, because most real tanks will be going for Defiance and improved taunt and Sunder armor, so they can keep threat. Genghis, on the other hand, is the complete opposite of that. I have everything that improves his mobility, everything that improves his damage, and everything that gives him the upper hand in a fight. So, yeah, he's not your typical Protection Warrior. He ain't gonna be able to tank as well as any other Protection Warrior, but boy, he definitely gonna out DPS him easily. All right, let's get to the video, man. Okay, so for a lot of people that don't know, my first warrior ever was Raimundo, and then I made Toonami and blah blah blah. These were all your regular warriors, arms and fury warriors. Tourney was a fury warrior. Sand Pyro, who was a newer warrior of mine, but I made her in Cataclysm, so she's not that new. She's been in like one video I posted a very long time ago, where you see a Draenei warrior flying through Eastern Plague Lands on a phoenix on the Ashes of Alar. That's Sand Pyro. I wish I remembered what server I made her on. It was some kind of crazy Cataclysm fun server where you get like super stats and super haste and crap. That's where I first created her at. But yeah, they were all DPS warriors, so I'm like, okay, everybody know a Fury Warrior could kill in PvP. Everybody know an Arms Warrior could kill in PvP. This is nothing new. But, I mean, not very many people is out here playing Protection Warriors as a competitive PvP character. So I'm like, I need to put it upon myself, you know what I'm saying, to make a Protection Warrior who can just bully people. Not only the fact that he has extreme armor levels and pretty good health levels. He's unbuffed, so. But let me show y'all the build. So, I actually meant to replace this trinket because y'all know my favorite trinket. The same trinket I've been using in this entire series on every single character. The one and only Shard of the Fallen Star. Now, why do I love this trinket so much? Because it is the best entry trinket, right? When you're stepping into battle, to me, oops, I accidentally gave it to Riley. It is the best trinket to enter in battle with. You know what I'm saying? You're going to charge and then hit that. You're going to stun lock and then hit that. You're going to shoot and you're going to hit that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to stun him. Before you pop off your burst, you're going to hit that. For an even more guaranteed one shot, especially on mail wearers and plate wearers. You know what I'm saying? When you enter in with that nature shock, I forgot what it's called, you're gonna hit that. You know what I'm saying? It is the best entry trinket to me. When you're entering into battle and you need some shock damage, some shock value for people to be like, "Whoa, he just hit me hard." This right here is the best trinket. Only downside is if you're on an actual server. I mean, if you're on RPH, I was about to say RPH. That is a roleplay server from freaking BFA. If you're on Retro, what's that other joint? That level 60 joint that everybody play. Any level 60 server, you more than likely can get this. But if you're on a Blizz-like server, it's gonna be a bit hard because as you see, it says trash mobs. Now, the Fallen Star, as you can see, has the best drop rate. Not of the mounts. I don't know why I was looking at the mounts. It has the best drop rate, but at 0.59, what's your real chances of seeing that? Unfortunately, is pretty slim. So that's the downside. But if you're on any private server, then you're more likely to get your hands on this thing easily. Especially if you want like Retro WoW, where it's just a bunch of vendors and you just gotta make gold to grab it. I think this thing is only like 2,000 gold on a Retro WoW. That's like one AB and a little bit of do killings, and boom, you good to go. All right, to me, it's the best entry trinket. So what you would do is, right? Oh, let me show the specs again. So we got improved rend, because rend damage is always nice, especially on rogues, to keep them from going stealth too much. You know how I said in my rogue video, for whatever reason, a lot of rogues, when you put bleeds on them, they start panicking, like they don't know how to play a rogue anymore. You got improved heroic strike, because obviously that's your main joint. One of the things I was explaining was he is a TBC character. I made him a TBC. His spec was TBC. This is a rendition of his spec, trying to fit it into a vanilla spec. So in TBC, you had your heroic strike is only 11 rage cost, which is amazing because you build so much more rage in TBC. The ability to spam heroic strike is incredible. You're just seeing 700 damage go across your screen every what, 2.6 seconds. That's what the PvP speeds are. So it's beautiful, right? Shield slam, boom, bam, bap. Tactical mastery, obviously, because you want to be able to switch specs without stances without losing rage. Cruelty for that extra crit. 40% additional rage. You're using a one-hander now, so you get a little more swinging time than a two-hander. Although I wouldn't exactly recommend using a weapon this slow, but you know, I'm just doing crap. Increased block, obviously, you know what I'm saying? You improve rage, health, block, a little more armor. Iron Will, reduce those stuns a bit, increase your stuns a bit, increase your disarm by quite a bit, increase your stuns by quite a bit. Silence when you shield bash a caster trying to cast, you know what I mean? Shield wall, to increase that shield wall when you're on your last stand moments. You pop that and you pop that, and you're just trying to hurry up and kill somebody before you die. And then obviously you shield slam. Alright. So that being said, let me stand them up so we don't get initial crit boost. I want y'all to see the real deal. So usual, how you would enter in. Boom, you charge in, bop, switch, boom, hit him with that, hit him with that, hit him with that. Boom! You know what I mean? 1500, you just going in. Like W. I'm gonna crush somebody before I go out this joint. Bop! You know what I mean? Boom! And because you got so much rage, you can just spam that. You could hurt people quite a bit. Now, you wouldn't always be going up against a rogue, because more than likely if a rogue saw you, any smart rogue, let me say any smart rogue, one of my styles is, if I see you pop everything you got, I'm blinding you so I could waste all of it. At least that's how I do it. I know, excuse me, I know not very many people do that, but that's how I do it. If I see you pop all your buffs like that, I'm blinding you. I just almost murdered myself on accident. I meant to hit cooldown. If I see you pop everything you got in the first section of the battle, I'm blinding you and I'm wasting everything you got. And I love doing that too, because people will literally sit there and pop all their stuff, and for whatever reason, nobody will stop them from doing that. Me, I'll run up, I'll come out of stealth and blind you, and then do the LOL joint, because I know I just made you waste all your magical aura. Because at the time I was playing on Retro WoW, I would just say I would be like, you dumb, you stupid. You should have waited to see who was around you. Because for real, if you pop all that, I mean, a lot of people don't be paying attention. So I'm not saying it's impossible to pop all your stuff. Obviously, people do it all the dang time. But if you do that bullcrap around me, I'm blinding you straight off the bat. I see you do like that, and then bop, and you'll be like, oh, bro, okay. I saw that goofiness right there. I don't know how nobody else saw you do that, but I saw you do that. Now I'm about to murder you. You know what I mean? Boom. But the damage is stupendous, as you can see. I don't know how you missed that. What's the name? Now, obviously with that, you only get recklessness every 30 minutes. Okay. Oops. So, if we bop, 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 you know what I mean? We hit it without recklessness, you still get some pretty good damage. More than enough damage to murder somebody, that's for sure. Get your stuns on. Especially because you get a nice 5-second phase. As you can see, you're still getting some decent 500 shield bashes. And you got so much dang armor, a hunter will do what they can. But let me back him off and let me show y'all. Alright. This boy is geared to the bone. Why do you just turn around? Alright. Shoot some crap. Put your hunter's mark on, of course, so you get extra damage. Now that's some pretty good damage, right? No. It's not pretty good damage. Why is it not pretty good damage? Because that, a crit like that on this hunter is usually like 1,000 on anybody who isn't having as much armor as this man. As y'all saw, I still had an intercept ready to go. You could easily switch, hit your joints, do your last stand, boom, 7,000 health. That's just another increase. Now, of course, this isn't nearly as good as it is on TBC, because TBC you get so much more stuff, and your rage build is so much better. I don't know what they did between TBC and vanilla, but the rage build on TBC for Protection Warriors is madness. Like, boy, you build rage tenfold speeds. Now, see, on another plate where the damage may not be as good, but you got that 5-second stun just in case that little paladin tries to stun you. You know what I mean? Now, most paladins will just pop a bubble and they be out jump. You know what I mean? But it's cool. This is all for damage testing purposes, to show y'all the damage. Now, if you wish to take this build and do it your own and test it for yourself, that's something you gotta learn. Because I'm telling you right now, there's absolutely player not found. I'm looking right at the man. Give this man some food, man. Oh. I pushed the wrong joint, that's what happened. Alright. Now, I'm not saying in no way, shape, or form, okay? I just realized this man's pet is gone. That's unfortunate. Sure, the damage is good, but I'm telling you right now, this is not something you can just hop on and do. It's not like the Arms Warrior where you get automatic crushing damage. As you can see, the damage is nothing compared to an arms warrior. Could you smack around an arms warrior in this build? Yes, indeed you can, because you have so much armor. The damage reduction is stupendous. We're talking about 63%. It may not be 63% in a PvP battle, but it's still like 30-40% of damage reduction. So our cooldowns. In TBC, it's a whole nother thing though. And don't even trip, I'm gonna be doing some TBC videos soon. I'm just getting them all prepped up and whatnot. I'm bringing all the characters back like I'm doing here. Y'all don't see them all right here because somehow the vanilla game takes up more CPU space than the TBC. Like the TBC is like, I could have all 19 of my accounts open for my TBC joint and it only takes like 60% of the CPU. Just these couple I got open right now. What is this, 10? Just these 10 I got open right now is doing like 80%. So what I'm gonna have to do for the vanilla videos is make other characters on the same account. So like Turney and Toonami, who I will be doing, because I want y'all to see Toonami and Raimundo spec, because a lot of people never understood the difference. Because I always tell y'all, Raimundo is a very defensive warrior build. Toonami is just a straight typical warrior, pull up to a big group and see who I can kill before I die type of character. Toonami is also a TBC character, so obviously his build isn't quite as gonna work as well as Raimundo's, because what people don't know is Toonami is, if you've watched enough of my Machinima videos, Toonami is called Toonami the Storm Herald because he uses the Storm Herald mace. He's a stun build warrior. So that's the Storm Herald mace. Then he got a meta socket that got the chance to stun you too. Then he got the freaking mace stun in his spec. So he's called the Storm Herald because I use the Storm Herald mace. Raimundo, she's a very defensive rogue. I got more defense abilities on her than I have what the heck you call it, offense. So with Toonami, he's a rush into the group of people and see who you can kill first, right? Raimundo is, I'm gonna chill back, see who makes a mistake, and see if I can snatch him up before anybody notices. Kind of like a rogue, because I've been playing a rogue for so long. I play Raimundo a lot like I play my rogues. Chill out, chill in the back, don't rush in yet. See who makes a mistake and see who you can snatch up while nobody's paying attention. Type of character. Right, so that's the main difference between. As you can see, this boy made quick haste to cloth wearers because cloth is cloth. They can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of build Toonami is, and that's the type of build Raimundo is. Raimundo is I'm gonna sit back, see who makes a mistake, or snatch up their healer while they're not paying attention. Toonami is I'm about to rush into this group, pop everything I got, and see who dies before I do. You know, your typical warrior. I don't do it often because I'm very stuck on Raimundo's playstyle, because obviously she's a much older warrior. I made her in 2005. Toonami was probably made in like 2010. So I'm definitely stuck on her style. So sometimes I do find myself playing Toonami very defensive, which is fine because I don't like when my character dies an unnecessary amount due to me rushing in and making poor judgments and whatnot. Now you don't have to use Whirlwind if you don't want to. I just use it for like extra roundabout, you know what I mean? But as you can see, the boy hit the plate wearers just as hard, just as hard, you know what I mean? And it all goes into the gear, which I have not showed you guys yet. I'm gonna show you guys the gear. Now, would I go around going toe-to-toe with paladins and whatnot? You can if you wish. Like I said, this is not TBC, so the spec is not nearly the same. The damage isn't nearly as high. I'm going to show y'all the main reasons. See that 18 crit. Now, that's pretty good as a protection warrior, right? But in TBC, Genghis has 37 crit. Or no, 34 crit. So it shows you the huge difference. He has much more damage too now. My highest damage warrior I've made so far is, like I said, Toonami. I think he's at 1700 a attack power in TBC, where Raimundo is at like 1500, because like I said, she's very defensive. Genghis, this shows you how ridiculous Genghis is. Genghis has 1800 attack power as a protection warrior. The boy got 34 crit, which is, I believe, more than Raimundo and Tsunami. And I don't think it's going to be more than Tourney, though. Tourney's a Fury Warrior. Fury Warriors have a lot of crit. So I doubt it's going to be more than Tourney, but he's pretty ridiculous. Now, the gear you're going to be needing, I got this build from, I got this gear build from a video I watched on YouTube. I forgot the dude's channel. I'll probably add it in if I can find it. If I find it, I'll add it in, just like I did with the what's the name, the mage. So you need your Helm of Might, because Helm of Might is a part of the set that's going to give you your 3-piece. That's increased the block value of your shield by 30. That means your shield slam damage goes up. That's why we use this trinket too. Block value, block value. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize. I mean, it's not that y'all don't realize, but y'all do realize. It's like, this gear is too high. We don't have this stuff yet. Well, that's the unfortunate part. These videos are mostly based around best case scenario, top notchery. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, because this isn't TBC is going to be a lot easier, because PvP gear coming out, it's all equivalent, just lower. So it's going to be much easier to do PvP TBC joints. But unfortunately, vanilla, you just gotta try to find the best equivalent. So, you know, your rings, attack power. That's not the main parts though. You got Boots of Wrath, because it gives you block value. You got your Dreadnought, just because Dreadnought is the best. It's going to give you your most armor. You got your belt, because that gives you block value. Oh wait, actually no. Legs give you block value. Gloves give you block value. Braces of the Might, because that's a part of your 3-piece. Chest plates of the Might, because that's a part of your 3-piece. You know what I'm saying? And your shoulders, because that's block value as well. Unfortunately, too, a lot of this stuff you don't have block value. Dreadnought is the stuff that gives you the block value. Now, some pieces give you block value, but not as much. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to try to find the best equivalent, because if I sit here trying to show you guys the what's name, these videos, the best pieces, these videos will be far longer than they already are. Now, you got a Helmet of the Wrath. That gives you block value, but you need the Might, because that gives you 30. Helmet of the Wrath only gives you 27. And if I'm not mistaken, no other piece gives you block value, except for Boots, which we already using. So boom, there you go. There is no true equivalent, unfortunately. Oh wait, head plate. No, that's shoulders. Why did I say head plate? Oh shoot, am I using the wrong shoulders? That's 21. There's 27. Ah, crap, yo. I'm using the wrong crap. See, even I make mistakes, yo. Well, there you go. You can indeed get your hands on some dang shoulders, bruh. I'm like, a part of his looks is wrong. And there you go. He's supposed to have those joints right there. Now 6, yeah, 6 ain't the biggest difference, but it's something. It's something you didn't have before, that's for sure. I gotta put his enchant back on there though, I forgot. Revenge is very important for them hopes of the stuns, but I usually don't always waste my time on revenge, because that can be energy you can spend on a big boy shield slam, or just that actual damage you need. Revenge doesn't do that much damage. Plus you still keep it without the shoulders anyways. And then you want to get your hands on your enchant, of course. Unfortunately, it's going to be extremely hard to get your hands on a Might of the Scourge, because that's supposed to be for your DPS boys. You know, but if you just got a raid group that's that dang good and don't care if you need on it, then boom, there you go. Realistically, I think you could pull it off, honestly. So you'd be like, yo, I could use this for my DPS set. And like, oh yeah, take it. I don't need 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 it. Now, if you know you about to be in a bad situation where you're clearly about to get jumped. Clearly you're not going to want to pop recklessness unless you just don't give a crap and you pop recklessness and last stand together to get that health and just be able to go off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like you do some freaking recklessness. Oop, I accidentally lost target. You do some recklessness, you know what I'm saying? You popping everything. You know what I mean? You just like wailing out. I'm gonna kill somebody before I go down. Somebody gonna die before I do. That's guaranteed. But if you're just looking for if you're just looking for overall savageness, unfortunately in vanilla, the protection spec just ain't that overall savageness. It just doesn't have that damage. It's a slow, long fight. A tedious gentleman fight, that's for sure. It's not like the freaking arms or Fury Warrior where you're just swinging all out. You got a shield on. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the shield. It got 90 block. So that's a big part of your damage too, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. But if I am, my mistake. I believe that's how it works though. 90 block. That's a lot. So like I said, yo, this is a TBC character. Things are different. But I mean, it works. I've mashed on quite a bit of people on retro WoW using Genghis. Only downside is on retro, everybody and their mother's gonna want you to tank if you're an AV. Are you a tank? Are you the tank? Are you the tank? No, I'm not the tank. Leave me alone. Yeah, this spec just isn't nearly as savage as it is on retro WoW. I don't mean savage like all them crapheads using it. Oh man, this guy said something on Twitter that was savage. No, it wasn't. Stop. What I mean is the brutality of arms and fury. This spec just doesn't have it. For obvious reasons, it's a tank spec. But when recklessness is ready to go, oh, it's madness. It's a maddening spec. But that's every 30 minutes. So good luck with that. Put your what's the name on? See that 805, baby. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. You know what I'm saying? So with recklessness, it's a monster of a spec. That's the difference though between a TBC version of this spec. You don't need recklessness. Recklessness is like an option. Like I said, he got 30-something crit as a protection warrior and does consistent hits. You don't need to pop a bunch of crap to get the damage on TBC. After all, like I said, he was a TBC character. This spec was just me trying to fit his TBC spec into what vanilla has, which is not nearly as good. But I mean, it's something. If you just really want to play a competitive spec and you want to be like, oh man, I got skills, I want to play something that's crazy and different, here you go. This is it. As you can see, it's taken me quite a while to kill this paladin. Now let me see something here. Look at this, man. This is what the fuck? My mouse be messing up on this vanilla server. Swing on that man. See that? Half your health's gone already, G. Realistically, this paladin would brutally murder you. Why? Because she is. Okay, see, this is why I did the dual wield video. So the fool was like, oh man, dual wielding, it won't be as good in the burst damage. It is way better. As you can see, she couldn't even get a dang swing out. She missed. I'm sitting here talking about she could brutally murder you. Your freaking bubble would have been gone off, and I could have freaking hit you with a nasty execute, and you've been dead. And that's what I was explaining in the dual wield paladin video. Dual wield paladins would be disgustingly overpowered. the amount of magical damage they could put out in a short amount of time. Like, y'all thought the freaking the battle mage was ridiculous. Nah. Oh shoot, half the characters logged out. That's fine, because that's the end of this video. Now y'all know. Genghis Kong pre-TBC, not that great. When recklessness is ready, oh man, savagery, just murderous, villainous. You know what I'm saying? The problem with that is, this isn't TBC. So that's why you guys now know why I didn't do that many Protection Warrior videos. Because it can be good to a certain extent, depending on who you're fighting. Mail wares and plate wares, you're gonna have a run for your money. Leather wares and cloth wares, you should do pretty good. And with a hunter, you're literally gonna have to run for your money, because that dude's gonna be kiting the crap out of you, and there's almost nothing you can do about that, because that's what hunters do. As you can see, I'm getting the big boy hits on the clothies and on the leather wares. It ain't nothing really. Look at that. But unfortunately, this ain't TBC. Alright, so that being said, I showed y'all what I could. That is my pre-TBC protection spec. Okay, is it the best? Probably not. I tried to cram what his TBC spec was. I done said this like 3 times. Y'all understand. Y'all get it. Now, as you can see, I got these characters logging back in. The next person y'all gonna be seeing in about a week or 2 is this man right here. This is also a TBC made character, just like she was, but her spec is incredible. Her spec is incredible, right? This man, as y'all can see, if anybody knows Naxner's weapons, y'all know those are 2 very fast blades. What would a rogue need with 2 super fast blades, a 150 and a 160? And y'all gonna be seeing her soon. This is Naylina. Y'all know her. That's an OG. That's my ambush spec, but not the type of ambush spec you think. Okay, you might be thinking, oh, ambush spec. Oh, cool, dude. I've been trying to figure out a good ambush spec. No, see, her ambush spec is, say you're a warrior. And you're fighting somebody, you're like, haha, man, I gotta kill somebody before I die. And then you're swinging, you're doing all these hits, and then boom, you get killed. This is Naylina's build, okay? I didn't actually go toe to toe with anybody. The Naylina's build was, oh shoot, look at that. I see a half-dead fool trying to eat and get their health back. Sight, and then run. I'm an idiot. I wasn't even Yo, you know what, man? Forget it, man. That's the end of the video. I'm out of here, yo.